How has your non-traditional education been both an asset and a challenge in your career?
Well, let's start with the challenge. I've always, especially when I was younger and didn't have the resume that I have now, I was always kind of met at the door. They kind of don't apply if you don't have a degree. And I found out that that's actually not true. You have to just know somebody at that point. But there are lots of jobs where I don't know anyone at, like at big firms that I would always kind of aspire to work at, like a Google or an Apple, or these big companies that I couldn't get in the door through these immense recruiting process because of that requirement. It's also educational. I've always wanted to go and study things at a graduate level, but I don't really feel like doing that undergraduate part.
Why is that?
Well, I just don't, I'm not sure I get the value from it. I can read about Greek classics whenever I want, and I do. And I can read about American history and European history, and I can do all that, and I've learned mathematics on my own through concrete applications, which is 1,000 times more effective than the way it's taught in traditional institutions. But I want to go and study things that haven't been figured out yet, and that's what that's what graduate level things are really doing.
Mm-hmm.
In undergraduate, or at least you're kind of studying what people have already figured out and kind of ingesting it. I found that I'll come to the same conclusions or same knowledge base of people who have traditional educations completely independently, but through an insanely divergent path. So we'll end up at the same place with the same nugget of expertise or knowledge, but they came to it this way, and I maybe circled the earth to get there. And so all the other stuff I picked up along that way is great, and all those things were experiences. And there's a huge difference between getting a book and taking a test and being evaluated on your knowledge at a scheduled period throughout a certain time than having to learn on your own, fail, understand not just the basics or the end parts of this knowledge, but the rationale behind them and why you need to know this. It helps you filter out what you actually want to learn so much better because it's applicable to you at this point.